Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yasha Allah. Call Haloyam La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakakodash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwath that's keeping the faith in the work. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. Starting off with the definition of divine intervention. Right? In these times that we're living in, and in the times to come, we are definitely going to need divine intervention. All right? So, definition is, divine intervention is the active involvement of a deity or a supernatural force in human affairs, altering, directing, or preserving the outcome of events. Right? We understand it's an active involvement of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because there is no other power, no living power. Everything else is idols. All right? But as much as Esau Edom loves to say that, there is no God, and, they like to place science as their God, which scripture calls it their science false. But nevertheless, the Lord's been working through His left hand through their science. All right? I've created videos in the past, or video epistles in the past, going into CERN, which is in Switzerland. The same place where the WEF is, conducts their meetings annually, right? WEF being the World Economic Forum, right? CERN is basically a what would you call it? It's a smashing, a proton smashing, I want to say proton, smashing machine, right? Where, matter of fact, let's look it up. Let me see. All right, CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, is the world's largest particle physics laboratory. So they smash particles, right? Located near Geneva on the Franco-Swiss border, right? Founded in 1954 to study the fundamental constituents of matter, right? It operates the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, 27-kilometer underground ring that accelerates particles to near light speed to simulate conditions just after the Big Bang, right? So there go Esau Edom trying to, pose himself as the Most High, right? But how does he does it, right? Through science, through artificial intelligence, through CERN, right? Through different technologies, right? It says, 2 Thessalonians, right? It says, it is famous for discovering the Higgs boson in 2012 and inventing the World Wide Web, right? It says key details about CERN, purpose of research, subatomic particles using high energy accelerators, understanding the universe's fundamental laws. So basically what they're doing in Switzerland is equivalent to, forming a black hole, right? They've also found, what they deem as, dark matter, or the God particle, right? And where did they get the idea, to create all of these different things? Scripture says the preparations in the heart in man and the answer of the tongue are from the Lord, right? They got it from the Lord, right? But they go about left hand means, getting all of this, instruction, as far as, creating things, right? But I'm bringing all this to CERN in, to speak on. Like I said, I made a video epistle in times past where they were hearing voices coming out of that machine, and it said many, many tekel, right? And you go into scripture, you go into the book of Daniel, where that basically means, they've been found wanting, that they're short, right? But nevertheless, right, divine intervention. The active involvement of a deity or supernatural force in human affairs, altering, directing, or preserving the outcome of events. right? Esau Edom is moving, he think on his behalf, but it's really on on behalf of the left side, the left hand of the Lord, right? This is the Lord divinely intervening on our behalf. He has to allow Esau Edom to go so far in order for his kingdom to be altogether stamped away, right? We're going to need divine intervention or even more divine intervention, with the days to come, right? Job 20:4, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, right? Why is it short? Why is it but for a moment? Because Esau Edom been reigning for a while, right? So what's going to cut it off? It clearly ain't us. It's not us organizing and pulling our funds together and creating cities and towns and flipping our money throughout our community and coming together with one mind as a community. Obviously, it's not that, because we've gone that route in times past. So what's going to stop it, right? It's going to be Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? That's what makes the triumphing of the wicked but for a moment, right? Verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, right? In the NLT, it says, in the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and be overcome by misery. Why? It says, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating, right? In the NLT, it says, may God give them a belly full of trouble. May God rain down his anger upon the NLT is tripping, right? But it says when he is about to fill his belly, when it seems like there is no end to this devil, just like it is now, like it is like right now. This devil then created a army, and I was watching a video of from the elder in Chicago that was going, he stayed exposing Esau Edom and was going into ICE and its origins and the different tops that's in that organization. And that thing go right back over there to them small caps, man. Right? Goes right back to the small caps. The same thing that was going on in World War II is the exact same thing. Is World War II or World War I? What's it, World? Let's hold up. Yeah, World War II. Right, so the same thing that was going on in World War II that's happening today, right? It is very coincidental that the exact same dynamic is happening today, and the same individuals is at the root of this thing. Whether it be, you've been the victim. Well, hey, it's the same narrative. It's the same narrative, right? The only difference is today it's more so, as far as the soldiers go, are more so towards the quote unquote, it's more so dealing with immigrants. Y'all had to excuse me. It's been a long day. Jay got out of work. Jay left the gym. Tired as hell. Bit frustrated, but the word must go on, right? Nevertheless, I was watching that earlier, and the coincidence of, like I said, everything that I just brought out, it's too coincidental, man. It's way too coincidental, right? So all of this is just letting us know the truth of the matter, as far as, what's been brought out by the elder apostles and the elders since, right? Being absolutely true. What's in the scriptures being absolutely true. The smallest of these devils is going to bring the world to war by using the hammer of the earth, which is the daughter of Babylon, man. Yeah. So we're going to definitely need divine intervention in the days to come, right? Let me read this again. Job 20:23. When he is about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. That's divine intervention. When he's about to full-fledged let loose, the whole dragon and you know what I'm saying, the beast and the mark of the beast, and target the saints, lock up the saints, and put trouble on the saints, so forth and so on, that's when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai intervenes. That's when salvation comes. Right? Go to the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1, and I end with this. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. That's divine intervention. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Right? In the NLT it reads, at that time Michael, the archangel who stands guard over your nation. Right? What nation? The nation of Israel will arise. Then there will be a time of anguish greater than any since nations first came into existence. Woo! And he's about to fill his belly, right? But at that time, every one of your people, right? Who is the Lord's people? Yasharallah, whose name is written in the book, the Israel of God, will be rescued, right? So we definitely will need and do need divine intervention. And we will receive it. Those of us, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ratazah, that are hopefully lex, hopefully, working, faithfully working, you got to work. Faith without works is dead being alone, right? To please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, point blank period, right? To follow instructions. Those of us that are doing so, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ratazah, we receive that rescue and we receive that salvation, right? Scripture says, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. To endure means to suffer. Just like to be patient means to suffer, right? So we're going to have to suffer, but that divine intervention is on the way. And it's going to pull us out of that torment and pain, right? So just hold tight, saints. We almost out of here. So with that, man, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ratazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Haloyam La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Harakakodash Shalom Yasharallah. Wa Abad Babal.